Good to see all of you this evening, and at this time, we're going to have a moment of silence. Thank you. I would like to give a motion for the acceptance of our meeting November 7th.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of the meeting of November 7th. Second.
Thank you. We have a motion to accept the minutes. All those in favor? Raise your right hand. All those opposed? Thank you. Mr. Steinbeck. Where did he go?
Mr. Steinbeck and the judge will be ready momentarily.
Okay, there they are.
Madam Chairman, it's a pleasure for me tonight to introduce to this board 4 individuals, those being Ruth Harkness, Randolph Oxendine, Vega Terry, and Gloria White. These 4 persons have been duly elected and are to be sworn in tonight as members of the Vance County Board of Education for the purposes of serving a 4-year term. We have with us tonight the Honorable J. Henry Banks, who has been a district judge here in Vance County for nearly 30 years, not quite, but nearly 30 years. Although he likes to say he can't believe that because it's his youthful appearance. But in any event, he's been a fine judge and he's been a great friend of education. And I appreciate him being here tonight. This group is elected to be sworn in as a group. So with that in mind, I'm going to ask each of them to stand. Right up here.
And somebody brought somebody here tonight. You may join us. Yes.
I'll ask all of you to stand right here. I was asked to bring a Bible. I don't think they thought I had one. But I
It
do.
doesn't look very, doesn't look very used.
This is my ceremonial Bible. Yes, sir, that's right. And that's the other. Left hand on the Bible, and raise your right. Put your left hand on the Bible, and raise your right hand, and face the judge.
All right. I think Mr. Steinbeck is trying to take my role. I'll forgive him. But let me say quickly, you may put your hands down. I always have to say just a few words so that we know the importance of this particular ceremony and put it in context. I do move a little slower now. Jersey is 30 years. I move a little slower because of age and some other ailments, but I'm so happy to be here. One of the things I always say, the most important thing, or one of the most important things we do in this community is educate our young people. Not only educate them, but give them some guidance. Not only give them some guidance, but give them some role models so that they will understand what education is all about. And that is why I try my best to do all 3 at all times. And I think if we as a community become a shining light for our young people, they will do very well. And we have some students struggling. We have some students just glowing with accomplishments. But always remember, they all have potential. And we have what I consider to be an individual that I know and have known over the years for this Board of Education. They can bring out the very best. And that's why I'm so happy to be here tonight and administer the oath. This is a public trust for you to take our young people, implement policy to mold them. We're dependent on you. They're dependent on you. And I think by golly, we can do it. Okay,
Your
now,
Honor, before we start.
Yeah.
We do have 2 new members and they have somebody with them. So at this time, we give them a chance to let us know who they brought with them tonight.
I brought my aunt, Yvonne.
And this is Mr. Perry, Mr. Mayor Perry here.
we'll make a pair.
Randolph Oxendine.
There you go. Oh, and I brought my wife, Darlene.
Just okay, what to do.
You know
Very well. Very well. All the way up to third position. Okay, each one of you have one. Okay, at this time, what I will do, I will administer the oath. I will ask each one of you at the appropriate time to repeat your name. As Mr. Steinbeck has already mentioned, please place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I, please state your name,
Gloria White,
do solemnly swear that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States.
of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, please repeat your name,
Gloria White,
do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be
and
faithful
bear true allegiance
and bear true
to the
allegiance
state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and
authorities
which are or may be established
or may be established
for the government
for the government thereof.
And that I will endeavor
And I will endeavor
to
to support,
maintain,
maintain,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of said state,
of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability.
and abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, please repeat your name,
Gloria,
do further swear
do further swear
that I will well
that I will well
and truly
execute
execute the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
as a member
as a member
of the Vance County
of the Vance County
Board of Education
Board of Education
according to the best of my skill
according to the best of my skills and abilities,
according to the law.
according to the law.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Y'all step over here and sign. Yes, sir.
Okay, before I leave it, while they're signing the oath, I need to say 2 things. Here, most times when we have a new swearing in, old members and new members, it's always a special delight, it's always a new adventure. Because somehow I have the feeling that we have people coming onto the board, or they are renewing their strength. They are renewing their pledge of allegiance. And for that, it's always good because in this community, we have many talented people who can lend to our main mission. The second thing I'd like to mention, when I talk about talented people, in this room, and I might be jumping ahead of the program, but I see my dear friend for over 40 years, Ms. Ellis here, still know I would recognize her. And she has been that shining star for education in this county. And congratulations. I was on the road driving when you had your special event, but my heart was there. So I just want to say those things. So appreciate everybody being here and being interested in education for our children. Thank you, sir.
At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Dr. Bennett for the reorganization of the board.
Thank you, Ms. Marcus. At this time, I would like to call for nominations for chairperson of the Vance County Board of Education.
I move that we, I would like to nominate Gloria White.
Ms. White has been nominated. Is there a second?
A second.
Mr. Wilson? Nominations? We have further nominations. We have Ms. White nominated in second. I would like to see if there's a motion to close the nomination.
I move we close the nomination.
I second. Thank you. Okay, now for the nomination. Ms. White, all in favor? Those opposed? Ms. White, if you would join us up front as the board chair. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, moving right along, what we'll do now, I'm prepared to take nominations for vice chair.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I'd like to nominate Mr. Oxnard.
okay. I have a second.
Second.
Okay, second, Ms. Cobb. Any other nominations?
Right, may I make a comment? Yes. Mr. Oxendine kind of looked up with a look of surprise. We are following a tradition that we started several years ago where we followed the district one by one, and Ms. White represents District 1, and Mr. Oxendine represents District 2. So we what we said several years ago.
So we had a nomination and been properly second. No other nominations, so I will close the nominations. And all those in favor for Mr. Oxendine becoming vice chair, do so by raising your right hand. Okay. Here we go. Following the agenda, can I get approval of the meeting agenda? Let me ask, are there any additions? Dr. Smith?
What you have are items 7, 9, 10, and 12. Those are revisions to the original agenda.
So motion to accept the agenda with those corrections.
Thank you. All right, can we get a second? Second. Okay. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor, please do so by raising your right hand. Next, we'll move on to recognitions and announcements.
Thank you, Ms. White. If you would join me around the front, we have several folks and groups of folks to recognize this evening. I'd like to begin with just a very brief recognition of our 2 board members who are leaving us, understanding that we could talk for hours about both of them. May we begin with Ms. Margaret Ellis. Ms. Ellis has served our Board of Education for 32 years. Let's give her a round of applause. We would like to say that we are so appreciative of all that you have done for this Board of Education and this community. And as a small token of that appreciation, we have a nice little rocking chair for you, but we also have, Ms. Sandlin will bring to you a book, a keepsake book of the photographs that were taken at your celebration earlier. So we want to make sure that you have that. And you also have some things to share with your family, the flash drives, which also have the presentation and all of those photos. So we wish you well. Come back and join us at any board meeting, okay? Thank you. Let's give Ms. Ellis another round.
I'll make a few, but Ms. Ellis and I, we've had a lot of conversations, and she knows how I feel about her. And so, you know, you need to give people their flowers while they're here, and I try to do that. She has been tremendous, not only on this board, but throughout the community. She has done great work for Vance County, and we are happy to have her and sad to see her go, but she said she was ready. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Darlene Oxendine, Ms. Oxendine, you're welcome to come forward if you'd like. And I bet you can pick out the rocking chair. She is truly a Carolina fan and has a nice beach house, so I think that will look nice there. Ms. Oxendine has served the Board of Education for 12 years here, and we just appreciate her work so much. And it's very interesting that as she exits, her husband has joined the board. So we will continue to have the Oxendines on board, and we appreciate you very much and all you've done. Ms. White?
Yes, I say again, maybe I should get her to cry, look, she's about ready to tune up. But this Oxendine is a fantastic board member. She cares about the people and the citizens of this county. She cares about children, and she only wants the best for them. And it's good when you sit on the board. You know, I've been here for a little while, 12 years, but to become friends. So we are friends, forever friends. And ever. Okay, but sorry to see you go, but I think you left us in good hands. He cares about Vance County, he cares about kids, he cares about employees, and he only wants the best for them. And I know this because I've been knowing him a long while also. So thanks again. We're gonna miss you. You probably won't miss us, but anyhow.
So don't come back to the beach house.
We will.
Thank you, Ms. White. And thank you, Ms. Oxendine. But before you move, please, Mr. Horner has a few statements he would like to make as well. Mr. Horner?
Good evening. Tonight, I'm here on behalf of Vance County Schools, Vance County High School, and Southern Vance High School alumni. Vance County High School would like to show its appreciation and thank you for the service to Southern Vance High School and to athletics in Vance County. As a tribute, we would like to present you with this framed poster commemorating your time at the school. Now, we're not done. In addition to the framed work, we also would like to inform you, with your permission, that the first volleyball match in the 2023-24 volleyball season will be Darlene Oxendine night. This match will serve as a fundraiser for the charity of your choice. Again, we thank you for all of your dedication to athletics in Vance County and the bar that you have set for volleyball in this county.
Thank you, Mr. Warner. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure, guys. I hate to leave you. It's been fun, but meeting doesn't fall here.
Thank you both so much. As we move along, we also have some other events and folks and students we would like to recognize. Special education program and students and staff are so very important to this district. And so we would like to take a few moments and ask Natasha Snipes, who is Executive Director of Special Education or Exceptional Children, to share with us for a few moments about Special Education Day. Ms. Snipes?
Good evening, Board Chair, Board members, Dr. Bennett. I am Natasha Snipes, the Executive Director of Exceptional Children and Early Learning. Tonight, I have the distinguished honor to recognize National Special Education Day, which was celebrated on December 2nd. National Special Education Day acknowledges the changes in federal legislation that led to the nation's first special educational law. Beginning in 1971, a U.S. District Court case in the District of Columbia, Mills versus Board of Education, ruled it unlawful to deny exceptional children, including those with mental and learning disabilities, publicly funded educational opportunities. Court cases like this led to the 1975 Education of All Handicapped Children Act. President Gerald Ford signed the legislation into law on November the 29th, 1975. The federal legislation required states that accept federal money to provide equal access to children with disabilities. In 1986, legislators added protections to support parents and educators in creating an education plan for children with disabilities. Then in 1990, the Educational Act, Handicap Act, Children's Act was renamed the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, and improved access for all children with developmental delay. Through the years, the act has been enhanced to improve services and standards throughout the educational system. 47 years later, IDEA makes education available to all children, and this day honors the progress that has been made in special education. Before IDEA, many individuals with disabilities received little to no education. Schools were not required to make accommodations for children with disabilities. While some states offered special schools, the education and resources were not necessarily equal. Additionally, many parents couldn't afford to send their children away to a special school. The law stipulated that children with disabilities had a right to the same free education that every other child had access to. This information shared was an excerpt from the National Day calendar. Tonight, we honor our past, acknowledge our present, and embrace our future as we continue our journey for equitable education for all. In this same light, we would like to recognize Vance County Schools Educator of Excellence, Ms. Claudia Dennis, a special educator at Vance County High School. Ms. Dennis goes above and beyond the call of duty and is always available to help when needed. Tonight, we celebrate Ms. Dennis for her service and recognize the entire Special Education Department for their unwavering service daily. I present to you Ms. Claudia Dennis. Thank you.
We'd love to move on and have Ms. Amy Langston Ely share with us about Computer Science Education Week.
Good evening. Good evening. Board members, Board Chair, Dr. Bennett. My name is Amy Langston. I am the Career and Technical Education Coordinator for Vance County Schools. This evening, we are celebrating computer science. Computer science affects career pathways in our everyday lives. Computer Science Week is December 5th through December 9th. In the career technical education world, we like to celebrate the entire month. Computer science clusters are offered in our middle and high school. There are 16 national clusters. Computer science courses appear in two of the 16 clusters. Computer science has been integrated into all career and technical education standard courses of study. In our middle grades, we offer coding and intro to entrepreneurship. At our high school, we offer various courses in Entrepreneurship 1 and 2, the Adobe Visual and Design, and also Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, in which students earn credentials and certifications. Some of our computer science updates throughout our district. Currently, we are advertising for 2 computer science instructors, Vance County Early College, Gaming and Design. At our Vance County High School, we are seeking a computer networking instructor. The computer networking instructor will assist our students and will assist our students with our student help desk. Students will repair our one-to-one devices. At this time, I'd like to thank Career Technical Education, our students who work daily to earn credentials and credits and certifications in our career pathways. Thank you, teachers, administrators, parents, and industry, and board members for your continued support in career and technical education. Thank you.
Thank you so much. An opportunity to explore that. Now I'd like to ask Mr. Andrew Markoch to come forward and share with us a little about Arts Alive and some winners there. Although we haven't had our spring event, there's a lot of work underway. Mr. Markoch?
Thank you all very, very much. I'm delighted to be here to present a few of our student artists. This is about the time of year where Arts Alive really gets rolling. And the debut of a lot of this artwork for t-shirt designs and our buttons and our artist badges that all of our artists will wear is a huge part of that. So we want to take the opportunity to present those student artists to the board, and we have a little something for them as well. You can see the artwork on the screen, and I'll get these out left to right as you see them. Those are the designs for 2023. The competition among students for this was brutal. And I say that in a good way. It required an extra vote among the arts team to narrow something down. So I'll make sure from left to right, what they are and who the designer of each is. Let me get these in the correct order, and you can see the students' names on the screen as well. Our first design, the one on the far left, is our artist badge. All of our artists that submit work for Arts Alive will be wearing this badge and receive one of these. It is probably the most privileged of the three because they are the people that receive those badges with the ribbons that indicate they are one of our student artists, and that designer is an 11th grader at Vance County High School, Ms. Kayashanti Hargrove. The middle design on the screen will be our t-shirt design. Put that on, take the design, put it on the background you see behind it, about that color blue, and you have the idea of the inspiration of Miss Victoria Williams of Vance County High School, a junior. Finally, the design on the right will be the button that is the most universal of the three designs. This one is done by an elementary school student that is here tonight from E.O. Young Elementary, a 4th grader, Miss Sally Harder.
Here in Vance County, if you didn't know, but just take a look at what, we just seen.
Absolutely. And Mr. Markoch and Ms. Salmon will share with us the designers of our Christmas card.
And there's one more set of designs we have up there, and I know both these artists are here tonight as well. You can see on the screen the designs for the front and back of the district's holiday card. This is, again, something that's gone out to all of our art students. Again, had incredibly heated competition. And I'm so glad that our students embrace the opportunity and that our district embraces giving them that opportunity. It truly is a big deal for them. So again, from left to right, let me make sure I have these in the correct order here. Our high school designer, an 11th grader at Vance County High School, Ms. Toy Nguyen. The second design is the design that went on the back of that card. A 4th grader at ACOC, Miss Callie Reynolds.
Thank you so much.
And for our new board members that have not had the luxury of taking the ride of Arts Alive, strap in. It's gonna be a fun 5 months.
Thank you, Mr. Markovich. A lot of hard work. Moving right along to the North Carolina School Board Association Awards, just wanted to mention to our guests and to our community that our school board members also recently have earned some awards. A Silver Bell Award recognizes boards where every member actively worked towards meeting 12 hours of training between the 1st of July and June 30th of the following year. That's an honor in itself. Board members who participate in a minimum of 30 hours of training during that same year are also recognized for their achievement. And Ms. Linda Cobb, Certificate of Achievement, and the Bronze Award, Gloria White and Darlene Oxendine for 30 or more hours of training. Congratulations to both of you, all of you. Board members earning from 12 to 29 hours of training during that time, we have Ms. Dorothy Gooch and Ms. Ruth Harkness. Thank you for your commitment as well. Board members earning between 12 and 29 during that academic year. Again, moving on with Ms. Gooch, Mr. Wilson, and Ms. Harkness. We're very proud of all of our board members. Just like we continue with our professional development, so do they. And the board itself actually received the Silver Bell Award, and I'll present that to our new board chair, Ms. Gloria White. Silver Bell Award indicating that all of the board members have received more than is required by the State Board of Education and the North Carolina School Board Association in the area of professional development. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you so much. The thing that I would like to share this evening, and thank you for giving us an opportunity to share so many great things. At the recent North Carolina School Board Association conference, our STEM Early High School was awarded an honor themselves. And I think Ms. Sandlin has some things there. First place in the 2022 North Carolina School Board Association Middle School Video Contest. Mr. Edward Ortega, principal of that school, if you would come forward and receive your trophy and the $100 Visa card that you can use for your school. Thank you, Mr. Ortega. And Mr. Ortega, being our principal of the year, also had his regional principal of the year interview today. We know that with Will. You will always represent us well. Thank you, Mr. Ortega. Yes. Why don't we'll take just a couple of minutes and show the video for STEM. So if you'll look here or at one of the screens, the short video, excellent video for STEM, the winner across the state. Thank you.
Right along, no comments from the public, move on to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Ms. White. Again, a lot of really exciting things taking place here in the district. A little over a year ago, when we started our strategic planning process, we also looked at branding for the district. You know, we have a new logo. We're very pleased with that. Very, very different and very representative of us, I do believe, as we talked about the design process. So our communications staff, Brielle and Ms. Samlin, a staff of two, a team of two, took on the task of working with all of our schools to update, if need be, and verify the logos and the colors for these schools so that we would have a very sharp and crisp logo and marketing guide, branding guide, I should say, for each of our schools. We have a quick little video. I wanted to share that with you, and then Ms. Samlin, I'll give you one opportunity to make any comments you would like to.
Higgins County Schools has implemented their three-year strategic plan. Our district logo was unveiled in August 2022. Through this process, each of our 16 schools has defined their visual identity. Let's take a look. About the future of Higgins County Schools, where we educate, explore, and empower our students as they embark on their educational journey. Learn more about our district by visiting our website at www.vcs.k12.nc.us.
Thank you so much to Ms. Fallon, to Brielle, and to the principals for this great work. Let's give them a round of applause. A lot of work. We're really excited. Many of you, that was the first time you saw some of the other the changes in the other schools, and the principals are really excited about beginning to use those revised and maybe more crisp and trendy logos. We're excited about that as well. A lot of work. Again, thank you. Mr. Suther, fiscal oversight.
Good evening. Before you, you have the fiscal oversight monthly report. All the accounts have been reconciled up to date. The first half of the local supplement checks were paid out to qualifying staff this month. The second half of the retention bonus will be paid in January. And the finance staff will begin working on calendar year-end closing when we return in January and issuing W-2s and 1099s to those individuals and vendors. Thank you.
Mr. Suther. Next was the COVID update. While we do begin, we have begun to see numbers increasing somewhat. The highest daily average of reported cases in November was 4. So we are still continuing, of course, to maintain the cleaning protocols, the COVID safety materials and supplies are still available in the schools, and students and staff have the option of wearing their mask if they feel the need to do that. So we're very pleased that even though we've had an increase in the community in a significant number of cases of flu, that COVID itself, reported cases, have remained fairly low. The final thing from our report would be to provide the Board of Education an opportunity to review and, should you desire, make a motion to accept the meeting schedule for 2023. Presented to you in draft form at this time, we typically, of course, meet the second Monday. There are some dates that represent another day due to either North Carolina School Board Association required meetings or recorded meetings that the board typically participates in or key holidays. So I present this to you, should you then to accept.
I hope that everyone's had an opportunity to look at these dates and if they can approve. I'd like to have a motion.
Motion to approve Vance County Board of Education 2023 meeting schedule. Second.
Okay, and I have a second. Second. Mr. Perry got it. I think my head will be wrong, but very good. If there's no discussion, there being none, all those in favor for approval, do so by raising your right hand. Okay. And before we move on, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for attending this meeting. And I think all these bodies have warmed up this room. It's never this warm. I don't know what you did, Mr. Purdue. But anyway, I want to thank you all. I want to thank the principals for attending, assistant principals, and we have a new principal at Vance County High School, and he's here. So if you don't know, you can take a gander at Mr. Witt, Mr. David Witt. You stand up, Mr. Witt. So that is the new principal, and Mr. Horner, I don't know. You have an itch? No, you don't. Okay. But very good. Please do. He was the greeter tonight. I'm not gonna tell anybody, you know, what I scored him as the greeter, but we're glad to have Mr. Horner here. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and move into the standing committees. And we'll start with personnel.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members. The Personnel Committee was called to order at 8:31 by Mr. Wilson. Personnel summary was reviewed. During the summary, it was explained that the board would now see positions from outside Vance County Schools on the personnel summary. Vance County Schools is the hiring and fiscal agent for our region. We will be hiring a total of 12 early literacy specialists for our regions. The positions are funded through GPI. In addition, we discussed projected vacancies at the time of the report, 23 classroom vacancies. And we also discussed the Begin Teacher Support Program. A motion will need to be had tonight to carry the personnel summary to the board.
And we can, okay, Mr. Perry, you on?
I move that we approve the personnel summary and the personnel agenda.
Okay. Do we have a second? Okay, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor for approval, do so by raising your right hand. Next, finance. All right, Mr. Smith.
The finance committee met on November 28th. Ms. White called the meeting to order at 12 p.m. The district will contract with the following vendors to upgrade and improve the HVAC systems at the 4 schools. LB Yancey, Gupton Services won the bid with $623,562. Kingston Street with Gupton Services, $654,350. Carver, Rains Heating and Air for $257,621. Vance County Middle School, MSS Solutions for $3,654,826, and all of these will be funded with ESSER funds. Being no further discussion, Ms. Oxendine motioned and Ms. Cobb seconded 3-0, voted to take the Gupton Services, Rains Heating and Air, and MSS Solution contracts to the full board for approval.
Can I get a motion to approve the contract?
Make a motion to approve the contracts as presented.
Second. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor for approval, do so by raising your right hand.
Also, for informational items were shared with the committee were classified salary ranges and COVID expenditures. And being no further business, the meeting adjourned at 12:30. And we do have 2 contracts in your amendment folder that need to be voted on by the board. The first one is Pathway to Practice. Last month, the board voted on this Pathway to Practice for 5 teachers who could work towards their degree or their degree with get their licensure within teaching. And that was very popular. And so we are asking the board to do a cohort 2 with another 5 teachers who would be eligible. This is through NC State University, and the cost is the same amount as last month for the cohort 1 for $31,250. And this is being funded through federal funds, and the administration is requesting the board to approve the Pathway to Practice contract for our teachers who require this additional support, and employees must agree to work for Vance County Schools for 2 years after successful completion of the coursework. And the other contract before you in the amendment addendum folder is the Turning Points CDC coding program. And this is for 4th and 5th grade students at Dabney and E.M. Rollins Elementary School. We have done this same program in the past. The students would learn computer coding and also computer science fundamentals. The cost of this is $26,250 from federal funds. And the administration is requesting the Board of Education to approve the Turning Point coding program at Dabney and E.M. Rollins School.
I would like to make a motion that we approve these 2 contracts.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, how come Carver is not? In other words, how did you get that in your mind?
Those schools have been working with a club, I'll say, for several years. If there's an interest in other schools, we certainly expand to other schools. Dr. Ross Putney is now working with some other after-school technology type clubs. Dr. Ross Putney, I hate to put you on the spot, but is Carver included in that one?
Absolutely. So Robo Vance is a robotics club that is K-8 and all of our schools, elementary and middle schools have after school robotics. This one here is coding with athletes. It's a small class and we pull it in through the media specialist. for schools that have that position.
While it is very different, Carver does have access to after-school work. It should there at a later date be something similar or even something very different. Carver has an interest in. The Smiles is very good at advocating for Carver and for her schools, so we certainly would bring that.
Absolutely.
But the robotics, they do some coding.
We do.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they
Robotics
do
is based on
robotics, but
coding.
the coding.
Absolutely.
So they
Yeah,
do
I'm
get some
sorry.
coding.
I really didn't mean to single out Carver, but that's why I taught for 27 years, so I just want them to have what everybody else has.
Absolutely. I understand.
I call for vote.
We're equal, look, we're equal here. Okay, but I do have one question about the pathways. Is that the praxis portion is gonna be included with the board too?
Last month, we took the praxis portion to the board and you all
So that would
approved it.
go for
And that was
4.1
by
and
itself.
2.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. And
I
this,
just wanted to know that.
that's correct. Yes, ma'am.
I just didn't see it, but I want everybody to have equal
They
opportunity.
do. This
Right,
is
Mr.
well received. Yes, ma'am.
So the pathway practice is more of a coursework, and then there's that whole separate piece, as you all have said, that is support for practice. So it would be available for anyone in total one or two.
Right, okay, just want to make sure, because I didn't see that. We need to add. We could do that, so. With that said, all those in favor for approval, do so by raising your right hand. Okay, next, building and grounds, Ms. Harden.
Okay, thank you. We met on the 29th November. Information updates. Mr. Purdue informed the committee that the fence and the gate have been installed at the Gargoyle Garden. The access control portion will be coming soon. May already be here. Banner installation in the gym has begun as well. He informed the committee that the bid has been received for Carver over Yancey and Princeton for HVAC replacement. These bids, as well as the Vance County Middle School HVAC phase 3 and 4 have been presented to the finance committee. December board meeting. Mr. Purdue informed the committee that the district has been able to add 12 buses back to operation this year to date compared to the last school year. We continue to recruit and retain drivers so that we may further reduce ride time for our students. And Mr. Purdue, good luck. Somewhere in all this paper, I saw that we've been granted 2 buses for the EC. Can you address that for me? I couldn't find that already.
Yes, ma'am. That is correct. We reported that previously that through the BW settlement with the state, we applied for 2 replacement yellow buses, and we specified those to be handicap accessible with a wheelchair ramp. So we do expect to receive those sometime in the 23-24 school year, and that will help further reduce travel times for our EC students.
Right. And it said they would be equipped with wheelchairs and support, and the exceptional children would not have to ride as long on their route with these trucks. And I think that.
Yes, that is correct.
That's my report. Ms. Blunt.
Okay, thank you. Next, policy, and what we did, we looked at some fall policy updates. And we looked, there were quite a few, but we don't have any new policies to present. So, what I would like to do at this time, get a motion to approve this policy changes and updates.
Make a motion to approve the policy update. Second.
Okay. All right, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor for approval, do so by raising your right hand. And before we leave the policy, I did, request that we develop a cell phone policy for students in Vance County Schools. And secondly, I think we do have a policy that applies to student conduct. I got some calls from some parents who were at the basketball game. And we have some students here in Vance County. They were using quite a bit of profanity. And we know, this is a place, it's a family event. We have people from all ages coming to the games. And they said it was quite outrageous. So I don't know what we have in place to do that, but they actually didn't care. When parents asked them to, if they would stop, they continued on. And I know I don't want to hear that when I go to a game. And they weren't students from somewhere else, Vance County high school students. And we can't have that at our family event. So we need to do something to try to curb that. So I do want to let you know, Mr. Witt, that we can't have that. We, just certain behavior, if you want to stay there at the game, you can stay. But if not, then they're gonna have to go. All right, thank you. Next, Mr. Bliss.
Thank you. The curriculum committee met on October 29th, 2022. Staff members present were Gloria White, Dorothy Gooch, and Ed Wilson. I welcome Chelsea Jennings to the meeting, and she presented her agenda. I am going to, I've taken a lot of exception to make this shorter tonight and not make it so long. And I will do it by the sections that were agreed. First section was exceptional children and professional development. Ms. Jennings shared with the committee that we have partnered with East Carolina University to give some additional support to our teachers and core curriculum teachers. Under exceptional children and head count area, Ms. Jennings stated that the head count for EC students as of November 28th was 663 that have been identified as in compliance. The remaining 39 are being evaluated and updated, making a total of 702 students. The third area was exceptional children compliance. Ms. Jennings shared that our action plan is due November the 30th, 2022. The state target monitoring and corrective action for the 1% justification is underway. We are currently at 8%. We are working on transition for students who move from middle to high school and beyond high school. We want to provide them with the skills they need to be successful. Another area was science of reading and professional development. Ms. Jennings shared an update on professional development for our elementary teachers involved in letters training, elementary letters training for PK through 5th grade and elementary administration. Another area was elementary instruction. Ms. Jennings stated that early learning inventory for kindergarten students and is an observance-based forward assessment of student development of grades across 5 domains. Another area brief was elementary and secondary education. Ms. Jennings stated the academic or intellectually gifted fall head count is in progress and is due in December. elementary education, and EC instruction. Instructional support for teachers is provided by content, instructional coordination by facilitating EOCs for all grade levels and subject areas. Coordinators provide professional development based on teacher needs. Coordinators provide individual teacher support as needed. Coordinators model instructional practice. Principal support. District principals, district leaders are providing ongoing support through individualized training, including identification of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. District leaders will provide collaborative training with principals specific to grade spans. The elementary and secondary times are to be determined. Collaborative meetings will be tailored to principal needs, including but not limited to understanding data and instructional practice, state guidelines, and mandates. And finally, we have reached the end of our briefing, and there being no business, meeting was further business, the meeting was adjourned at 10 o'clock, and the next CNI meeting is scheduled for January at 9:30 a.m. That concludes the briefing.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wilson. Next, community relations, Ms. Booth.
The Community Business Relations Committee met December the 6th, and most of what Ms. Salmon shared with us at the meeting has already been shared, so I won't repeat what has already been done as our superintendent in the presentation that you have seen. The fall student spotlight schedule is complete, and those students will be recognized at the January Board of Education meeting. The other half of the students will be recognized during the spring. The schools are working actively with the community. They are continuing to work with local churches and civic organizations along with businesses to support the needs of our students during the holiday. The only other thing that's coming up is Arts Alive, and that will be in April the 22nd. So you want to keep that date in mind, April the 22nd for Arts Alive. That's something you don't want to miss. And I think everything else that we talked about has already been shared.
Right, thank you, Ms. Booth. New business. None. Overnight field trips, there are none. We'll move on to our out-of-county transfers and releases.
We'd like to say that we have a request for 13 students to transfer into Vance County, with 3 students seeking release from us.
I get a motion to approve the transfers and releases.
I'll make a motion to we approve them.
Along with the agenda. Yes. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor for approval, do so by raising your right hand. Okay, I think we've come to the end of the road, and I want to thank you all again for attending, and happy holidays. See you next year. At this time, I will go into closed session pursuant to the provisions of NCGS 143-318-11 for purposes of discussing legal, personnel, and property issues. To that section. That is my motion. May I get a second? All those in favor for approval, so by raising your right hand.